Carl. You're a gardener, so you're a hard worker.
Hello, Jess. Yes.
Hi. Thanks for joining me. I've actually been trying to get you in here on my show for quite a while.
It has been a while.
Because you have been a really big supporter of IPL. Not only that, you've got a great show of your own. Do you want to give that a plug right now?
Oh, yeah, sure. KJD Landscaping.
Yeah.
We've been going, this is our 8th year. And,
and you're growing.
Growing, yes. We need workers, obviously, but the market, the employment market at the moment is tough.
Yes.
So the more people we can get, the faster we can grow.
Yeah, well, and grow great gardens.
That's it. We love our gardens and we take care of all of our clients' gardens. So we just ensure that we go the extra mile.
You tell us about the service you actually offer. You know, landscaping. That's a huge job.
Yeah, there's two different types of landscaping out there. There's soft landscaping and hard landscaping. So hard landscaping is where you have the decking, patios, garden beds, brick garden beds, all that kind of stuff.
And you take care of all of that?
No. So we do the soft.
No.
We do the softscaping. So yeah, all your mulches, plants, reticulation, lawns, all that kind of stuff. So, and garden maintenance, care, and all that kind of stuff. So we're getting into the other, but very slowly. So we've just started doing decking.
Yes.
So our patio side of things is put on hold a little bit, and our fencing side of things is being put on hold a little bit. So we're getting there. It's just stuff.
And you obviously want to grow it, and with growth, you want to do everything to the best of your ability, and sometimes that takes time, doesn't it?
Yeah, we want to do it right.
And staff.
Yeah, staff. We want to do it right. We don't want to have staff that are with us for a month, and then we're taking bookings 3 months in advance and those staff have gone. So we don't want to let people down. We never do. So we always try and accommodate people even in the busiest times.
How far do you go? Because obviously you service the Rockingham area, but where predominantly are you?
Okay, so we base out of, the business started in Coburn. So,
Coburn, yeah.
So we base out of Coburn. So we go from there. We travel north of the river once a month and we jam-pack all our regular clients into that 1 week a month. So that's as far as Joondalup, Banksia Grove.
Wow.
And Dianella and Morley and Maylands. So that's once a week, once a month. And then obviously anything from Coburn all the way down. So we don't really go west, which is really strange. We don't go west of the city. But we certainly do from Coburn all the way down to Dawesville.
Okay. So it's a hotter month. Caring for your gardens obviously it requires more effort, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What are some tips for caring for your garden over the summer months where, we are being asked to conserve water?
It's a tough one with the water. What a lot of people don't realise is that the Water Corp says that you're only allowed to water your lawns and gardens twice a week on your watering days. And they sometimes say 15 minutes. And that's not always correct. So every sprinkler has a different production of water.
Output of water.
Output of water,
Some are heavier than others, yeah.
So 15 minutes might not be enough for your lawn. So all these people that we're getting calling us saying, oh, my lawn's dying, da-da-da. Well, number one, check that it's all operational and it's working well, it's covering the lawn well. And number two, do a catch cup test. So you can get these from Bunnings. You go put it in the middle of the lawn or where you see a dry patch on your lawn. Turn your sprinklers on for 15 minutes and see how much water lands in that catch cup. If it's not 10 mil minimum, well, your lawn's going to die.
And that's because obviously harder top, given that it is summer, it's a little bit more compact. It's not as wet, so the water's not obviously getting through to the root system.
Yeah, and it's also about watering times. So a lot of people water late, like 8 o'clock in the morning or something, and it's already sometimes 30 degrees at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that water's gone. So forget about your lawn getting anything out of that because it's kind of taken up with the heat already.
Yeah.
So we set all our clients' retic control panels to 4 a.m. So that way the lawn is all ready for the first sun and the water's already down at the roots.
So optimum time in the morning is 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
What about the evening?
We don't really.
A lot of people like to get out in their gardens in an evening, hold a beer in one hand, hose in the other, maybe speaking from experience, and water your garden.
Yeah.
It's quite therapeutic, isn't it?
Yeah, look, we don't overly induce nighttime watering.
Okay.
We don't recommend it. So it can lead to a lot of diseases, pests.
Really?
Yeah. So because it's cooler in the evening, and the water just is kind of sitting there, not evaporating. So then all those insects that love moisture are attracted to those areas which are wet in the evening. So there you go.
Do you know what? I didn't know that.
Great for your lawns in the evening. So yes, get out there with a beer and the hose because you're allowed to water with the hose.
Yeah, therapeutic, as I said.
Yeah, that's good for your lawns. Just don't try and water your plants in the evening. There's no benefit to it at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to be sharing these. I love talking to you, Carl, because I am one that does care for my garden, but my partner really cares for his garden. He has a real keen love of natives, birds, things like that.
Yes. Okay.
So, yeah, we do love our garden, and that's why I get you in, so that you can educate me so I can care for my garden better. We did talk growing business and that you are looking for staff. How do people get in contact with you?
Okay, so there's lots of ways and means. So you can always Google us, KJD Landscaping, and I'm sure you'll find a Facebook page or our website. So yeah, you can virtually just Google us. If you go on Facebook and just put in KJD, I'm pretty sure you'll find the Facebook page.
But I'm also, there's people out there that may need that help in getting their garden up to standard. They may be going to sell their house or anything like that. You've obviously got your services on the website maybe or on your Facebook page. They can engage with you and get a quote.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, what we find at the moment is because we're, most landscaping places are flat out. We've got that gardening side of things. So, we don't always just look for the big jobs. So we're happy to come and have a look at someone's lawn, free quote and whatever else. But you've just got to bear with us because obviously time-wise, it's hard to get out there and visit all these places. So we dedicate a day, and that's Wednesdays generally, to doing quotes.
Yeah, and communicating. Yeah, that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, so I generally spend, 2.5 hours a night communicating with people. And so does the team. So they've got their own work mobile number now. So it's, we try to accommodate everyone. But, people have got to realise that we do have a lot of experience.
Yes.
And there's that trust issue. So
and if you're good at what you do.
Yeah. Well, I think all of our results have spoken for themselves. We've laid thousands and thousands of square metres of lawn and we haven't lost one yet. So touch wood. But, you just got to trust in the process.
Yes.
We had a guy that wanted a lawn rejuvenated. We gave him an idea of what we're going to do, a price that wasn't overly expensive, and the guy says, but I've done that already. What's going to make it different? I said, well, I don't know. You might have got advice. You might have used the wrong products. Maybe your sprinklers aren't covering well. Maybe you got them on for 15 minutes and you should have them on for 25 minutes.
Yes.
I said it all comes with our experience in doing that. So trust us and we'll get your lawn green again.
Trust is a big thing in business. I'm glad that you spoke on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you with some hot questions here.
Sure.
Favourite plant?
Teddy bear magnolia.
The magnolia. Easy to care for?
Yeah, it just grows. It's they're expensive plants, but a 6-foot magnolia can sell for about $290.
Best park in Western Australia? I guess you really kind of appreciate the park because there's some of the best.
I think, definitely Kings Park. I know there's a lot of good ones out there, a lot of good gardens and stuff like that out there, but Kings Park is, the way they look after that and the mix of what's in that park is probably exciting.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you can actually learn a lot about plants there. They've, they've really catered to a wide range of different plants, and they're developing plants there, aren't they?
Yeah. No, it's beautiful, and especially around the memorial as well. So, that's it's a good walk, and it's good to see them flourishing. So we see the worst of people's gardens sometimes.
Yes.
And we see dead plants and we go, oh my God, what are we going to do with that? So, it's good to see a place that's just thriving. And also, what's the one out in the tulip place? What's that called again?
Oh, I'm not sure.
In Kelmscott or somewhere out that way?
I know Whiteman Park's quite beautiful.
Yeah,
but
I can't remember the name.
I was going to ask you, and already know the answer to this. Best gardening show. I think there's only, to me, there's only one.
What's that?
Gardening Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of gardening shows that help us as well. So, people see ideas on these shows and then they ask us whether we can create that, for example, or showcase
get some inspiration.
Exactly. So, I'm not a big watcher of those shows. Jess.
Aren't you?
No, because I don't do enough of it. So
Yeah, I guess.
But ideas-wise, I have links on our page. So there is a certain Facebook pages that I follow, which give me ideas, inspiration, and I share them on the page sometimes, on our page, and that's where I gain my inspiration from, ideas and stuff like that. So
you and I were actually conversing on Facebook the other day, and we saw, now I know I took a picture of it, Costa, and it was also it was the City of Rockingham information, wasn't it? And they are promoting maybe best veggie patch, or did you see that?
Yes.
I'm sure I tagged you in it.
Yes, I saw that. I'm
going to have to look it up, and I'll share that information later.
Yeah.
Because
best
I think
chicken name as well, wasn't
the best chicken name.
That's it. Yeah, I love chicken.
So, yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
I like eggs, so there you go.
Well,
I think a chicken and kind of veggie patches go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, if you want your veggies destroyed by the chickens.
Oh, okay.
They'll eat them before you do. You'll get healthy eggs.
So. Well, I did say I liked eggs, so there you go.
Strange. During COVID, a lot of people in the lockdown phase were still allowed to go to Bunnings. And
that was one of the busiest shops, wasn't it?
Exactly.
People wanted to get stuff done around the house.
I know, and it was all do-it-yourself stuff. And so the funny thing was that when we went in to pick up our stuff was running out because everyone was buying stuff themselves to do their own stuff, their reticulation, garden beds, veggies, that kind of thing. But strange, when the lockdown finished, we got all these calls from all these women saying, my husband tried to do this. Can you come and fix it, please? Sorry, guys out there.
Yeah, I know.
Some of you are very good. Some of you are very good, but our business is 90% of our clients are women. Women
dobbing in their husbands.
So, after the lockdown, we had to go and fix a lot of stuff. Look, garden bed, on the topic of veggies and garden beds, Bunnings do have a great range of colour-bond garden bed.
Yes.
Right? Very easy to do, but the important part is to remember that the placement as well, you don't want it in the full afternoon sun. Morning sun's really good.
Yeah.
Afternoon sun can wilt them very quickly.
And you don't want them when they're not going to get any sun at all.
Correct. And then obviously reticulation. Water, plants, success.
Well, and that's what a healthy veggie garden means. You're spending less money at the supermarket, and it also inspires you a little bit to maybe cook or prepare your meal a little bit more healthy.
Fresh.
There is, and it's so, they do say it's so good for your mental health is caring for a garden.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
there's been a lot of people in very bad places that have connected with a garden and had such really positive outcomes, and I love hearing those stories, and you see a lot of them on Gardening Australia. That's why maybe I love it so much.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure weeding is a therapeutic thing in the gardens. I think they're a pain. We get probably 20 calls a week for people that want us to come and weed.
Weeding, it's probably your number one job, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's essential to the other plants around that they are gone because they sap the water.
Yeah.
They absolutely take the water. So I've done a little project. I'm probably going to put it on the Facebook page. I've got a weed growing at the base of a frangipani we have out the back, and all the other frangipanis are growing crazy, and this one frangipani is not growing as well.
Because it has a very nice friend.
Yes, a weed is sitting at the base, and it's flourishing. It's great. I've been taking pictures over time, and the weed is growing great, and the three other frangipanis we have are flowering, and this one isn't. So weeds can sap.
Yeah. Don't leave them there.
That nourishment that plants need.
I actually went to the rejuvenation of Row 8 when they were going to put the freeway through. They did some work, and they realised that this probably wasn't the best thing for the environment, which it absolutely wasn't. They had really sad statistics about some of the tortoises and things that they had lost there, as well as the impact on the birds and things like that. But they had a stall there where you had to identify native plants and weeds.
Okay, yeah, very tough.
But they also, weeds weren't the common weeds that you were thinking. They were native plants in other areas, but not native to our area. So it's actually considered a weed.
Yeah, yeah.
Which really kind of blew my mind, because I was like, oh, yeah, that's a native, because I know that plant. No, it's not actually from Western Australia. So, yeah.
Yeah, quite interesting. I was disappointed with row 8. I passed by it daily at one stage. And
being Coburn,
saw the rip out happen, and then, it was pretty sad. But I'm glad the common sense took over there, and it's
and the city of Coburn. Can I give them a shout out? That was actually that whole row 8 rejuvenation was actually done by the city of Coburn. Beautiful. So and they were actually giving lots of information long time ago now. But it would be interesting to see how they've actually gone with that, and whether they've been able to undo the damage.
Well, it'll take time, but it will happen. I do recall that agapanthus. Do you know agapanthus?
I think my mum actually liked that plant, but
once classed a weed.
Oh, and lilies?
Yeah, certain types.
Yeah, you see them down in Margaret River quite predominantly.
Yep.
Weed.
Yeah, yep.
Common wedding flower.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's but they grow,
Yes.
Like agapanthus just grow like crazy, and you've got to think, well, maybe it is a weed because it's just growing crazy like that. So,
Listen, I want to do some more stuff with you in the future. Maybe we could talk about maybe people sending in pictures of their gardens that they absolutely love and adore.
Yep.
Maybe we could run some kind of competition or,
for sure.
Promote you further, because I do really appreciate the fact you have been such a strong supporter of IPL. Plus, obviously, you show. Do you want to talk about that just quickly?
IPL End of Week Groove, Friday night, 6 to 9 p.m. And we have great fun on that show. And, with Anne. Yeah,
Anne, obviously your lovely fiancé, who I believe that you guys have a little beef on radio every now and then.
Oh, yeah, we pull the pee out of each other every now and again and have some laughs. So, it's what makes the show, I think.
Yeah, you're quite comedic, the two of you together.
Yeah, she has her jokes, and they're quite corny, and, we do have arguments off air, we kind of
and
argue. And argue about what song's next, and, oh, my God, why are you playing that song? And, I'm kind of the music guy that loves fast music.
Yep.
Right? And Anne likes fast music as well as some
meaningful music,
meaningful love song kind of music.
Yeah.
So, when it's when I'm out of the driver's chair, I kind of sit there and
which is often.
Well, we take turns. So we take turns with the show. So we get sometimes 45 minutes each, and we mix it around.
And I love the fact that you guys communicate a lot with the people that are listening. So you're putting on a lot of the music that they want to hear, which is always nice when you can play a good song for someone. Yeah.
We get some crazy requests, but we play them all. And we've played some really out there music.
Valentine's Day is coming up soon, so I'm sure you'll get a lot of requests.
Yeah, what day is that on?
I'm not telling you.
It's not a Friday, is it?
I'm not telling you.
I'm going to be in trouble.
Let's put on one of your songs.
Sure.
Which is Groove is in the Heart. Classic.
Delight.
Thanks for coming on.